I didn't know whether to make a video about this or not because Harvey had already spoken about it. And he did a really thorough video about it. And y'all know how he feels about Chris Rock. So it's no surprise that he did do one about this most recent thing involving Chris Rock. So, ever since the Oscars this year, I guess this is Chris Rock's. I guess he feel like this is his shining moment because now he's in a spotlight in a position where he's never been before. And all it took was a slap across the face in order to make that happen, to maybe slap some sense into him, but maybe not, especially since a lot of people egged him on over the course of these last few months. But that may all come to a screeching halt because of a joke that he just made recently about one of the fallen darlings, as I call them, of America, and that would be Nicole Brown Simpson. So before I actually get into that, Chris Rock was asked to host the Oscars again, and I know why they're doing it. They love controversy because they want to piggyback off of what happened this year. So if he hosted again, which will most likely be next year, then they know that he would have some jokes in there about what happened last year. But he has decided to decline the offer, and I think that's probably for the best. But when he declined the offer, I should say, of wanting to host the Oscars, he threw in a joke about Nicole Brown Simpson. Something to the effect of, and I'm going to read the article so you can get the full scope of going back to the restaurant. And a lot of people were upset. And I had saw Nicole's name trending on Twitter, and I didn't know why. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh God, does Ron Goldman want more money? Like that's the first thing that came to my mind, because every time her name trends, here they come trying to get some more money. But it wasn't because of that. It was because of this joke. And now everybody is upset. But before I give my take, let me go ahead and read this article coming from Extra that was posted August 30th, 2022. Chris Rock is in hot water for comparing a return to the Oscar stage with the late Nicole Brown Simpson's murder. According to AZ Central, during his stand-up show on Sunday at Arizona Financial Theater in Phoenix, Chris revealed that he was invited to host next year but declined. Rock said he felt if he had hosted, it would be like returning to the scene of a crime after being slapped by Will Smith at the 2022 Academy Awards. The slap happened after Chris made a joke about Will's wife, Jada. During his stand-up performance on Sunday, Rock referenced the murder of O.J. Simpson's ex-wife Nicole. In 1994, Simpson left her sunglasses at an Italian restaurant. Waiter Ron Goldman later came to her house to return the sunglasses, but they were gruesomely murdered at her Brentwood, California home. While O.J. was charged with the murders, he was acquitted. According to Rock, if he returned to the Oscars as a host next year, it would be like asking Nicole to go back to the restaurant. Twitter lit up with users slamming the comedian for joking about Simpson's murder. The hypocrisy has come in, and I'll explain what I mean at the end. One user wrote, another woman serving as foils for Chris Rock's jokes. Dear Will Smith, all is forgiven. I can guarantee you that most of the people that's quote unquote upset about this are PC. Another wrote, how do you go from yay to nay? It will never be appropriate to joke about Nicole Brown Simpson. The comments kept coming, including this one. This is just cruel, thoughtless, not funny. People will start thinking, well, hell, maybe Will should have slapped him. SMH. Do better, Chris Rock. In late July, Will publicly apologized to Chris in a YouTube video. In the video, text appears on the screen that says, it's been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Will then sits down on camera and reads the question, why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? In response, he explains, I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. He adds that he has reached out to Chris, but says that Rock is not ready to talk. Will then takes the opportunity to publicly apologize to Chris's mother, and his family. At one point, he also addressed letting people down, saying, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down, so it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know that I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I'm deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. Chris seemed to react to the apology shortly afterward while in Atlanta for his Chris Rock Ego Death World Tour. And I'm gonna just stop it right there, because now it just continues to go and rehash all of that when really I want to be talking about this. Is the reason why I didn't do or speak to Will Smith's apology, and I'm going to leave it right there too. So you see the hypocrisy just floating out everywhere right now. Like, they are so upset that Chris Rock made that joke about Nicole Brown Simpson, because remember, I call her one of the fallen darlings of America, where she is a PC woman that met her in a very gruesome way, and the person that they wanted so bad to be found guilty of it was acquitted, and they still are hanging on to that. Keep in mind, these are the same people that try to tell us not to live in the past and to move forward and everything like that. They still have not gotten past what happened in 1994. Furthermore, they still have not gotten past that verdict of 1995. Now, I was very young when the O.J. Simpson trial was, and I still remember, you can go on YouTube and actually look up the verdict and the reactions from black people versus white people, and it was two different spectrums. That was like one of the first times in history where black people saw a win in the court system. But let's be real here. Black people was not cheering for O.J. Simpson. They were cheering for Johnny Cochran. And that was on the heels of what happened with Latasha Harlins and Rodney King. So it was a lot of tension going on in LA in specific at that time. I mean, around the nation for sure, but definitely there, because that's where those two incidents happened, at the murder of Latasha Harlins and the beating of Rodney King. Both happened in LA, and they both happened like a year apart. Like, Latasha Harlins, I believe, was in 91 and Rodney King was in 92. So it was a lot of heightened tensions going on at that time. So black people found solitude in that verdict when it came to O.J. Simpson's trial. Don't get it twisted. A lot of black people really didn't care for O.J. Simpson, especially around that time, because he was really feeling himself. After all, this is the same guy that said, "I'm not black, I'm O.J." So black people was like, okay, there it is. But the point of the matter is that these individuals are now upset with Chris Rock. Mind you, these were the same ones that was saying that Will Smith was so wrong months ago, and that Chris Rock, we are fans of you now. We're going to go to your shows. And you know what? There is some truth to what you said when you said there's a difference between black people and niggas. Oh, that's probably one of their favorite jokes when it comes to Chris Rock. I hate that Chris Rock made that joke, because they are the ones that fed off of it the most. But now that he has spoken ill of, or how they see it as speaking ill of Nicole Brown Simpson, now he's a scum of the earth. Like I said in the article, one person wrote, "I'm glad I see why Will Smith smacks you now." I'm almost willing to bet that Will Smith did not smack him because of Nicole Brown Simpson. But see, these were the same people who months ago saying, "Oh, Will Smith is just a joke. It's all in good jest. Besides, Jada's not a good wife anyway." These were the same ones saying that exact same thing, and now they have flipped the script on them so fast. But this is also a wake-up call and karma for Chris Rock, because he has been so in bed with the quote-unquote dominant society for so long that he had to have known that the moment he would slip up, the one moment he would slip up, that this would happen. And then you chose Nicole Brown Simpson to slip up on, of all people. Of all the deceased PC people in the world that you decided to make a joke on, that's who you decided. Remember, these are the same people that still have a gripe with O.J. Simpson about that. Another black man, no matter how much he wants to say he ain't black, another black man. Is one thing if you're going to joke about a PC person such as Nicole Brown Simpson, but when you do it and you're a black man, Chris Rock, that's another thing. But then again, Chris Rock was the same one that sat down with, who was it, Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K. and Ricky Gervais, and he let two out of the three say the N-word around him, and he ain't even check them. You had Jerry Seinfeld, who is a white man who I believe is also a part of the J community, literally look at him and them in like utter not only disgust but in shock. And Chris Rock was wearing the face that you see right here on that screen in that video. He was probably laughing and smiling, showing all 32 in that video. But yeah, I don't feel bad for Chris Rock facing this backlash. That's his second L that he's catching this year, as far as I know. And that might be a bigger L than the one that he got on that stage back in March. But see, he has gotten so comfortable with them that he feels he can say anything that he wants. Even I, as if I was a comedian, I wouldn't even say that. But he did. Like I said, he's comfortable. And in a way, the so-called dominant society made him comfortable, which is why he said that. But in a way, I'm kind of glad he said that, because he exposed their hypocrisies yet again. Not saying that he's done it again, but it's happened again. Again, these are the same people who back in March was saying how bad of a person Will Smith is. You know, he got a quote unquote 10-year ban from the Oscars, which I think is absolutely absurd. That they said that, you know, they were glad he got it. They felt that he should have got more. They felt that he should have got his Oscar taken away. All of that. But now they're on his side. See how flip-floppy they are? That's another reason to Will Smith. He'll probably never see this, but Will Smith, when he was saying his apology, like he felt like he ruined his image in the perception of how people see him. That's why you do not try to live up to a certain standard in the eyes of people, because the 1 minute you slip up, they're going to turn on you. Just like how they flipping on Chris Rock right now. And I bet you, even if he said I would host the Oscars next year, which again, I'm glad he said he would decline, they're going to bring up what he said about Nicole Brown Simpson. They're going to bring it up. But I know why they want him to host it again, because they wanted to fan the flames of something that, as far as I'm concerned, if it's not extinguished, it needs to be extinguished. Like, that whole situation was blown completely out of proportion. And who knows, maybe that was his way of trying to simmer it down. I don't know. I hate that I'm giving him an out, but it could possibly be that. What a way to do it, but that could possibly be the angle. At the end of the day, though, Chris Rock, these people will flip on you faster than a coin can land on heads or tails when you flip it in the air. But that is his cross to bear. I really have no dog in this fight. I just wanted to bring this to your attention to show you that this is killing two birds with one stone. Chris Rock got his wake-up call, his second one as far as I'm concerned this year. One he actually felt, and the second one is he literally exposed PC people's hypocrisies. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. If the bell does not work, be sure to go ahead and hit that notification button on either the left and right side of the thumbnail, as I will be uploading this video in a Premiere format. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.